Hi guys, this is a video presentation where I'm going to demonstrate or talk about two key aspects. I categorize them into session 1 and session 2. In session number 1, I'm going to demonstrate how to make a PowerPoint slide for presentation. Then in session number 2, I am going to show or demonstrate how to present your PowerPoint slide while recording your slide presentation. So we begin with session number 1, which is how to make a PowerPoint slide for presentation. And after that, I'll quickly go into session number 2, possibly using a different video, which is going to be part 2. Before we make a PowerPoint presentation, so we are in session number 1. Before we make a PowerPoint presentation, we first need to outline the key aspect of what we want to present. In this case, as you can see, I have planned out what my presentation is going to be all about. So I have like an outline or a structure of what I'm going to be talking about in my presentation, just as a case study. In this presentation, I have phase 1. As you can see here, phase 1, I'm going to talk about how to make your PowerPoint presentation, and it involves two phases. All right, phase 1 involves two stages or two phases, whatever. I should say this is stage 1 and this is stage 2. Okay, yeah, so phase 1 involves 3 simple steps. So we have phase and we have steps. And then we have phase 2, which involves how many steps? 6 simple steps. All right, 6 simple steps. So you see, the planning has to be done right so that when you begin your presentation, you're not going to be making mistakes. So this is almost like hands-on. You're watching me live, struggling through preparation before presentation. So first you prepare your draft content, and then next we're going to move our draft content onto a PowerPoint slide. And then the final phase is to present our PowerPoint slides and record the screen while we are presenting. So here we have my content draft, phase 1 and phase 2. I'm going to talk about the content of phase 1 and phase 2 later. And then finally, phase 3. Phase 3 is going to be demo of session number 2. Take note. So let's begin with session 1, phase 1. Session 1 said how to make a PowerPoint slide for your presentation. Again, like I said previously, you need to plan your content out, which we have done. So in your case, you need to pause this video, go ahead and plan an outline of what your presentation is going to be about. The next step in session 1 is going to be we launch our PowerPoint application, and then we begin to move all of this content onto our slide and get them ready for presentation. So quickly, I would open my PowerPoint app now. Here is my PowerPoint app. I just launched my PowerPoint app. It's not a licensed version, so pardon me for the red notification you're seeing at the top, but for the sake of this presentation, this will do. So here we are. I just launched my PowerPoint app, and then we are having this plain boring slide. I'm going to select all by pressing Ctrl A on my keyboard, and then press the delete button on my keyboard, so it just gives me a blank slide. If I want to make my PowerPoint presentation from scratch, I could go ahead and start typing, dropping images and graphics and do what I need to do. But that, I suppose, is going to take me a lot of time. So that's not what I'm going to do. And by the way, you have your own presentation notes by the side where you can type in your notes, whatever I need to type in here. But take note that whatever you type in this section is not going to show when you finally present your slide. That's on the side. That's on a side note. But we don't want, like I said, to make our presentation on this slide. We're going to present using a beautiful template. You can download template online, you can buy them, but for the sake of this presentation, we know that when you install PowerPoint on your system from scratch, you already have pre-made template or done for you template, and that's what we are going to launch and then bring in our content. To get templates, ready-made templates, you simply click on file menu, and again this is PowerPoint version 10, PowerPoint Microsoft Office 10 PowerPoint, or Microsoft Office 2010 rather. So this is why my PowerPoint is looking the way it is. Yours may be a little bit different. You might be having version 2016 or version 2007. The concept or the idea is the same, so don't worry if your PowerPoint doesn't look exactly as mine, but the concept and everything you need to follow along, seems to be the same. All right, so to get the template, click on file menu and click on new here. And when you click on new, you should have this section opened up on your own PowerPoint screen. As you can see here, I've got sample templates, I've got blank presentation, which is where we were when we launched our PowerPoint at first. But here I've got recent template. If I have used template in recent past, I'm going to have them here, but I don't think I have used any PowerPoint template since the installation of this PowerPoint application. So on that note, I'm going to click on sample templates. I don't also have any template I saved, so I'll click on sample templates. Quickly you see a couple of ready-made designs. One thing you should keep in mind when choosing a template is that your PowerPoint presentation must be kept simple as possible. You don't need a slide that's got too much distractions, too much colors, because then it might be offensive or distracting to your viewers. You just need to pick a very simple and unique template. In my opinion, this slide seems to be simple enough. However, I don't know what subsequent slides looks like under this template. I also love this because it's almost like I'm presenting on a blackboard. So these two slides is what I would go with if I am to pick a template for my own presentation. So without wasting much time, let's go with this template that looks like a blackboard. So I'll click on this template, and then by the right hand side of the screen I'll see the button create. I'll click on create. Here I've got my template loaded. It looks cool and simple. This is where I'm going to put in my topic, my title, my table of content, and probably my slides, and then begin presentation. All right, so I'll go ahead looking at the left pane to see what samples slide I've got. So I love this slide. I'll leave it in. This slide and this slide seem the same. I think I'm going to use bullet points in my presentation, judging from my outline, judging from my draft. So I've got point number 1, point number 2, point number 3. So this slide is going to be useful. I don't have a chart in my presentation, so I'm going to go ahead and delete this particular slide. But in your presentation, if you're going to have like a slide, it doesn't matter, you can always edit whatever, but the structure, remember, remains the same. So here I don't need any charts, so I don't need this template. All I need to do to delete slide number 4 is to press delete on my keyboard, and slide 4 is gone. Similarly, I'm going to press delete on the keyboard after I have selected slide number 2, and slide 2 is gone. So I am left with slide number 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me see, slide number 4. Slide number 3 here has got just image. It looks great. I don't know what I'm going to use that slide for, but I'll leave it there because I love the design concept here. So I'll leave slide number 1, 2, 3. I don't need slide number 4 in this case, so I'll go ahead and press delete on my keyboard. After that, it's selected and it's gone. And the ending slide here is just a black screen. It doesn't seem quite good to me, so I'm going to delete that as well. So I'll delete this. Overall, I am left with 4 key slides. Take note that if you have a presentation that's longer than this 4 slides, you can always duplicate slide and then add in new content, as we are going to see. So with this 4 slide, I am ready to create my presentation from my draft content. Let's go ahead and do that. I'll pick my topic here. So I've got two topics, two-in-one topics, which is broken down into two sessions. So I go to the main screen, I click on this and select all by pressing Ctrl A on my keyboard. If you're using a Mac, you press Command A and you'll be selecting everything on that particular block. And then I click press Ctrl V to paste in what I copied. Quickly you can see that it's quite the area on the screen, the content is quite much, so all you need is simple formatting. Let me drag this to see. Yeah, so expand the box, the text box, to see that your content fits into that space. And then I'll go ahead and do more formatting. Let me see this. All right, so my text box has captured everything. The next thing I'm going to do is select everything and center it. Either you press Ctrl E on your keyboard or you use the center alignment tab here. So that's our topic, but then this is kind of too clumsy on the screen. I need to reduce the font size, so I select everything here and reduce the font size from 36 to 28 is fine. Yeah, just need something cute and centralized on our screen. Bring the text box a little bit back and then center everything here. Center everything like this or like so. So I'm going to make this obvious section 1. Just click your mouse here and press enter, so you have section 1 and section 2. I don't like these fonts. I mean, you can go ahead and play with font until you get the font that you want. Arial black seems fine, but it's too bogus. The font I love for my presentation technically is Century Gothic. I love Century Gothic, but that will be in the content area. For now, on the title, I'm going to use Arial black, or I'm going to use Impact. Let's go to Impact. Impact, where are you? Okay, so I've got Impact here, so I love Impact. So I'll select everything again and type Impact here, press enter. So I've got Impact font. So that seems cool for me. Section number 1. So I'll make this bold. I've got drop shadow, and I could go ahead and select the shadow color. I mean, in your case you should do that depending on your background color, but here, because we have a black background and similarly charcoal charcoal slight color, so the black border here is not going to show. And I want that to be, I just know for some reason I just love red in my design, and so I just want that to be maroon, and I want this to be maroon for the purpose of this presentation. And I'd love this to be white. I'd love that to be white color, so I'll go ahead and select white color here, and here I'll select pure white color as well. So I'm done with my title slide, and my title, the title of my presentation is divided into two sections: how to make a PowerPoint slide for presentation, and session number 2, how to present your slides while recording your presentation. You could go ahead and just say your PowerPoint presentation. I mean, you get the idea. So under this section, you could just go ahead and, maybe if you are a student, you can go ahead and type in your departments here. And let me select all and type departments of X, Y, Z, and then in A, B, C, university, and then maybe in Australia or Texas or maybe Great Britain. That's it. And then pick a text box. I mean, this is just an example. You should know how to use PowerPoint before now. Pick a text box here and put in your name. Okay, so in this case, my name here is going to be Emperor Cooksey. That's my pen name. I just love that name, so you could call me that. So that's my name, Emperor Cooksey, or you could just put by colon Emperor Cooksey. So it's presentation by Emperor Cooksey. I mean, you should title your slide properly. Okay, so you just Emperor Cooksey here, select everything, Control A, and make it bold. All right, so in your presentation, don't forget, if you're doing an academic presentation for official purposes or university or school, you need to put in the date of that presentation and your name. So after you put in your title, you need to kind of do something like this. Let me just copy that and paste it here, and then drag it up to the main slide. So if you're making a school presentation, don't you forget to kind of, so you put in your title, and then you need to put in by, and then space your name, which in this case is Emperor Cooksey. And there's something I did that made this smaller. Oh, why is it small? Okay, whatever. So let me expand the text box and see. Okay, so by Emperor Cooksey, or by Emperor Cooksey, and then go to the end, press enter again, then put in the date of your presentation. In this case, I would say 22nd, okay, 19th November, 19 November, comma 2022. All right, so that solves this presentation right. All right, so title, presenter, and date, that's the standard. Then putting your university here, and here your name, and this is going to repeat for every slide. So I'll copy my name here and probably my department, depending on if subsequent slide has got that. So I'll copy my name there. In slide number 2, I've not got that. I mean, it's fine. Sometimes I like duplicating this bottom section on all my slides, but that depends on the template you're using. But in this case, I don't bother. This is my intro. So I go to slide number 2, and then I go back to my draft. I pick my first phase, which is my first topic sentence, and then I double click here, select all, and paste. Oh no, Ctrl Z. This is what I need to copy, and this is where I need to paste it. Again, it's too big, so I have to reduce this from 38 to 20, 24, maybe 20 should be fine. I need to reduce this box. Let's take this to 24. 24 is too big. Oh yeah, I think I want 24, but then I'm going to make this on a separate line. So phase 1, which I need to make bold, and what is my top caption here? My top caption here is red, so this is going to be red, or maroon color rather. I make this maroon. How to make your PowerPoint presentation? What were my key points? What were my draft points? So I'll pick my draft points and place them in there. So I pick my phase 1, or I don't need phase 1 again because this is phase 1. So all I need to say here in my presentation, because I need to keep it sharp and simple without redundancy. So if I put phase 1 again, it's going to be redundant. So I'm going to put this here, what it involves. So I'm going to say, so it's how to make your PowerPoint presentation. It involves 3 key steps. And then I go back here and put in the steps. So essentially, I want to just say involve 3 steps, but without bullet points, right? So the 3 steps now are going to be here, here, and here. So I'm going to put step 3 here. I love that spelling mistake. Step 3. So here's going to be step, copy. So here's going to be step 1 or step 2, and here's going to be step 1. You get the idea. So where is my, so I've got my involve 3 key steps, all right. Let me reduce this a little bit. It doesn't change anything. Ctrl Z to undo. but I picked my first point. That's why planning is very important. You need to plan before you execute. So I got my content in drafts. All I need to do is just copy them and place them in here, put them in the expand this box, boom, and I don't need this butterfly, or I mean I could put it below. So I'm going to right click on this, send to back, so that my text will show on top of it. Secondly, what I can do with that butterfly is to reduce the opacity so that it becomes a little bit not too sharp and my text will stand out. So how to do that is, again, select the butterfly. Because I sent it to back, I need to reduce this a little bit so I can get access to this. Right click on this. Okay, it's selected. So if I go to format, transparency should be somewhere here. Artistic effect, let me see. Nope. Color, nope. Transparency should be somewhere. How do I get transparency? Corrections, nope. Picture layout, section, rotate, align, crop, nope. It's transparency, compress, change picture. Let me see that. Change picture. Oh, nope. Artistic effects, I'm not sure where I can get transparency for that. Color theme, saturation, yeah, set transparent color. Yeah, so I'll click on set transparent color, click there. It still doesn't help, so Ctrl Z to undo. But whatever, if this is going to cause a problem for us, I better knock it off. So I knock that off. Just knock that off for now. Go back to my text and expand my text box to somewhere here so that it contains my text in a neatly fashioned way. So involve 3 steps. I'm going to make this bold so that it can stand out from the remaining points. So point number 1, get your PowerPoint slides ready, which is what we are doing with content, text, and great images. I mean, you just saw us trying to get that in the way. Point number 2 is to prepare yourself, get ready, and all sort of information here. So I would copy that and put in step number 2. Finally, step number 3, I'm going to edit later before presentation. So I'll copy step number 3 and plug it in here. Alright, so full stop. Alright, so phase number 1, this looks cool in my opinion. If you ask me, this looks cool. Phase number 1, how to make your PowerPoint presentation, involves this process involves 3 steps. So you're going to make a full sentence here, but for the presentation you don't need a full sentence. For a powerful presentation you don't need a full sentence. When you're presenting, make this a complete sentence. So the topic is how to make your PowerPoint presentation. This process involves 3 simple steps, which are: number 1, get your PowerPoint slides ready. What that means is you need to get your content and your text and images ready before you begin to make your slides. Number 2, prepare yourself, get ready, and launch your PowerPoint presentation mode, which we are going to do after we are done with this stage. This is where we are currently, getting our PowerPoint slides ready. Then subsequent steps, we are going to prepare for presentation, and then we are going to press F5 to launch our presentation. If I press F5 on the keyboard now, you're going to see this. So that's the presentation mode. That's what I mean by press F5 to launch your presentation mode. To go out of this presentation mode or to continue presenting the next slide, all you need to do is press any key on your keyboard or click on the mouse or press the forward arrow key to go to the next slide, and then you talk about the content of this slide. And when you're done talking about the content of this slide, press the next arrow, and so on and so forth until you get to the end. If you want to talk about the content of the previous slide, press the back arrow key and then you go to the previous slide. So that's how you present, right? But currently we are on this step, which is get your PowerPoint slides ready with content and text. So let's go ahead and continue with that. Okay, so for the purpose of time, or for the sake of time, I'm going to discontinue this video and we move on to the next stage, which is prepare yourself, get ready, and launch a PowerPoint presentation, and all of that. Then speak about what you want to present. This is not much of a big deal. You need to after you've prepared your slide, you need to memorize or understand exactly the bullet points you put in here, and get yourself ready to speak. All right, it takes a couple of minutes or hours of practice depending on the length of your presentation or content, but we get there. So where we are now is a point where we are trying to get we've gotten our draft, and then from our draft we are getting our content ready, and after that we launch our presentation. I'm gonna make this and then underline, yep, just to make my slide, the section stand out. Prepare yourself. Again, this has to be outstanding. Yep. And then speak about what you got on each of the slides. I mean, I've already demonstrated this. So we are done with this section of our draft, but you need to record your screen. You need to record your computer screen while you are presenting. So that would lead us to phase number 2. So for now, I'm going to end this video, complete my slide, and then come back to phase number 2 for presentation proper. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video. If you have any question, let me know.